Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a load more button to load more data from the database using livewire. And this is a pretty simple thing to do in livewire, and let's get right into it. So what I've done is I've created a new laravel application and I've made a livewire component called users, and I've registered that component as a route in the laravel's web route. And I also have a seeder, and I've seeded about 10 records into the database. So yeah, let's load some data into the views. Right now we don't have anything here, and let's just go ahead and load some users in. So we're gonna have a user key here, and we're gonna load the user model, query page name, and first we need a public property to hold what's the page number that we want to load from. And what we're gonna have is a property called per page, and that's gonna default to 5. And then we can reference that here, page. And we're saying query all the data from the database and paginate them to 5 results. And now we don't see anything here, that's why we don't have anything in the views. So let's add something. So what I have is let me go ahead and copy some, this is Tailwind UI stuff. So what I'm gonna do is remove the things that I don't need. Hold on. Let's remove this, and let's remove these head as well. We're only gonna have 2 fields, so name of the user, and we can have a email of the users. And I'm gonna remove these as well. Now that we have users being passed into the view, what we can do is we can loop through them, and then we have for each users as a user. Kind of mistake. And we can add this in here. Slow. Now let's populate this with the user name, and then we have a user email. If we give it a refresh, undefined variable user, oh sorry, my mistake. Should be user. Yeah, now we have user 5 users being loaded from the database, and what we need now is a load more button to load the data in. So I have a pre-styled button here, so let me go ahead and grab it. Right, so here just below this div we can have this button. Actually, let's just wrap this in the div so that we have some. Right, let's call this load more. Let's see this button. Alright, let's align this to middle. So to align this, we can flex and justify center. Alright, now we need some margin, so we can add some margin to the top. Right, so to make this work, what we need to do is to have, just like you have something in view at click, in livewire we have something called wire click, and we're gonna give it a method name that we want to call when this button is clicked. So we're gonna have a method on our livewire component called load, and it's going to add per page. So let's go ahead and make a method called load, and what we can do is we can have this per page plus equal to the number of records we want to load when you click the load more button. So fingers crossed, if this works, we will have 10 records being loaded. Yeah, there we go. It works. It's that easy. So right now we don't have any more records, and we don't want this button to show up whenever there is no records being loaded. So what we can do is we can wrap this. Well, we are paginating, so there are some paginator data being passed to the view. So what we can do is we can have a users total is greater than 0, and we can check the users count. Check if the users count is less than users total, which is what we're gonna do is then have an end if here, and if we reload, now we have 10 database records in our database, and we want to load 5 more when we press this button. So when we press it, there won't be any other records that needs to be loaded, so this button will hide. Fingers crossed. Let's try it out. Load more. There we go. Now there is no load more button. So let's try it again. Load more. There we go. Alright, so I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something new, and yeah, I will be recording more videos soon. See ya.